Hi, this is Scott with eTrailer. Today we're taking a look at and installing the Curt 4-pole wiring for our 2022 Honda Pilot. So if you have a Honda Pilot and you have a hitch on there and you ever plan on pulling a little trailer, or you have accessories that will need to be lit up, sometimes you can get a bike rack or a cargo carrier that has lighting on it. It'll give your signals. You're probably going to need some type of wiring. The Curt 4-pole wiring that we have installed today is a really nice option. This is going to be a plug-and-play option. You're actually going to have a plug-in in the back of your panel here on your driver's side that'll just plug into, and then it'll get you all set up with your wiring. One of the nice things about this setup is when you want to use it, you got to hook up a trailer or something like that. All you have to do is just drop it out of the back. Then you can close your gate on top of it. And you've got a rubber seal there, so that's not going to hurt it at all. Then you can just plug in your trailer, your accessory, and then you're good to go. When you're done using it, all you have to do is you could actually just hide away your wiring down in this lower hatch. That way it's in there out of the way. You don't even have to worry about it. And it's also safe from the elements, tucked away inside this hatch. One of the things I like about this one as well is they do give you a lot of cords. So if you have a shorter line on your trailer, this is still going to work for you. Now, if you have any questions or comments about this 4-pole wiring for your Honda Pilot, feel free to leave any questions or comments in the comment section below. As far as installation, it's really straightforward and it's something you can easily do yourself at your house. But if it's something you don't have time to do yourself, you can always take a look at our dealer locator and get something done for you locally. If it's something you want to try and tackle yourself, stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it installed. To start our installation, we have the hatch open on our Honda Pilot, and in the back, we're going to have this cover, and just want to pull up on that. Now we're going to pull that and get that removed out of the way. Now we're up in the back, and we're going to have a couple little doors we want to remove. We're going to have this little door here on the side. We just want to pop out on that. Now we can get that out of the way. Now we're going to have this little panel on the side. Just want to get behind that with a screwdriver and just pop that back and pull that out of the way. Now moving along to the rear of our vehicle, we're going to have this panel that goes across, and this is just going to basically pop in place. Just want to get our fingers underneath of it and just kind of pull back as we're moving across. And that will pop right out of the way for us. Now for our rear threshold, there's going to be a slot right up underneath of it. All we have to do is get our fingers under that and pull straight up. And that too will pop right out of the way. On our driver's side panel, we're going to have this little cargo hook. And back behind that, there's going to be this little plastic cover. May need to use a little pick tool or something to get behind that and just pop that back out of the way. Once we get that down, behind there is going to be a Phillips head screw. Now if we hold that, pulling back, that'll keep our screw in place. Just set that off to the side. Right here on the driver's side, we're going to have this other little hook. We need to get behind that. Use a pick tool, or you can use a little flat head. Just need to get between it. And just pop that out. Behind there is going to be an 8mm bolt. Now we can just remove that bolt. And once we have those out, now we can start getting ready to pull our panel back. And the reason we're doing that, it's going to give us more room and it's going to help us find our wire that we're looking for behind this panel. Just want to work your way from the bottom up. And that should just pop off of there for you. Now, right behind our panel, we're going to have this plug, and it's going to be taped to another harness. So what we're going to do is just kind of pull that back, and we'll get that tape undone off of the harness so we can pull that back out of the way. What we can do now is get our wire pulled out. And now we can start fishing our wire up where we need it to go. And we want our ground wire, which is going to be our white wire with a ring terminal on it, and our plug to come up through. Let's feed those back up behind. Pull both of those wires up. With both of those wires up, we can take our plug in, look for our side with our latch. We're going to have a little latch here, and it's going to have two little slots. You want to line those up, pop that into place. You'll have an audible click. You'll know you'll have a good connection. We have our ground wire, which will be our white wire. Now we need to find a good place to put this for our ground. Right back here, we have a 10mm bolt, and that's going to be mounted right to the body. So that's going to make a good ground spot. So what I'm going to do is take a 10mm socket and just start backing that out. Make sure we don't drop that. We can just run that into our ring terminal and get that put back in place. With that tightened down, just want to make sure our ring terminal doesn't move around. That'll let us know that we have a good ground. With everything plugged in, we need to figure out where we want to put this box. So I figured out we have a nice little space right back here. It'll be out of the way. I'm just going to take some alcohol on a rag, and I'm going to wipe down the box. Get that nice and clean, let that dry up. And back in this corner, I'm going to clean that off as well and let that dry up. What that's going to do is give us a nice clean spot for our sticky pad we have, and that's going to hold our box in place. Now we'll just take the pad. We have one side undone. Just want to stick that in place. Now we can pull off the other protective side. We'll take our box and push that down back into that corner. And with that tucked back in there and pushed down, that's going to hold it in place. We went ahead and routed our wire up underneath of this. We don't want it to be coming through here because we're going to have that panel that goes back. So we want to be up under that, and all of our wire looks good that way. So now we can take our fuse holder that's built into our harness, and we'll take our supplied 10-amp fuse. Now we can get that popped into our fuse holder and get that covered up. In our kit, we're going to have this 30-amp fuse, and it's basically going to be like a fuse block. And right here underneath of our hood, we're going to have this square fuse box. Just want to pop that up and get that out of the way. Now, if we look right here, this is where we're going to put our fuse, and that's going to be for our toe fuse. We can see which way our blades go inside there. We just want to make sure we line those up. Once we get those lined up, we can push our fuse in place and replace our cover. With both of our fuses in, we can check our lights. Now we'll turn our lights on. We'll do left turn. We'll do right turn with brakes, left turn with brakes. Now all of our lights are working. With everything tested and working, we'll come back through and just clean up all of our wiring, get everything tucked away, and get our panels put back in reverse order. We got everything put back together with no hiccups. Now that'll do it for the installation of our Curt 4-pole wiring for our 2022 Honda Pilot. I'm Scott with eTrailer, and thanks for watching.